do away with that contract and select a new vendor to carry out a project which was time-bound, because time was of the essence. We had a deadline to meet. That is what we've done. Subsequent to that, StarTimes went to court, seeking to injunct the process through which we were selecting another vendor. That case was dismissed. A cost of $50,000 was awarded against them, which is what paved the way for us to select a new vendor. Last week, Cabinet approved the contract for KNET, which is a new vendor. Now, significantly, the contract that will be awarded to KNET is $13 million lower than what StarTimes got. KNET is also an entirely Ghanaian-owned entity. So at the very least, the money stays in Ghana, and they will be able to execute the project. We at the Ministry of Communications are determined to ensure that the project is executed for the benefit of the people. So yes, we've heard that they say they will go for international arbitration. We cannot stop them, but we are confident that we have protected and secured the national interest in this matter. And I believe that all Ghanaians should see eye to eye with us on this matter. If a Ghanaian company is able to demonstrate competence and capacity to execute a project of this magnitude and is given a contract, we should be happy. I see no reason why we should be worried. But we have not acted arbitrarily in this. Indeed, if I give you the recommendation, you will find that we've really tolerated StarTimes and given them ample notification. But unfortunately, things didn't go as we had agreed, and we had to take an alternative course of action.
Mr. Sevensa, do you want to comment on this?
No, the only thing I will say is that they have to be careful not to impose another judgment debt on this country. I think we paid too much judgment debts. Some of them, most of them questionable. So we don't want to travel on that trajectory again. So they should be careful as to how they deal with them. They will go to international arbitration, and if they win against us, there could be some other consequences. And I think NDC must tread cautiously in these lines. We pay too much in terms of judgment debt. I don't think we can afford to pay more. These monies could have gone into development, which we are paying and we are pushing down the drain. I think we cannot afford.
You see, Nanaba, a quick response. We cannot allow the judgment debt conundrum to dissuade us. Oh, let me come on. To dissuade us from taking a course of action that is in the national interest. Because when you have an agreement with a body to carry out a certain project, and over a considerable amount of time they are unable to perform, the right course of action would be to take it from them and give it to another entity through due process to execute it. We are confident that what we've done will master scrutiny anywhere. They went to a Ghanaian court. The court ruled against them. And that is what paved the way for us to carry forward. So we have done things carefully. We are not in the business of incurring judgment debt, but ultimately we will deliver the digital terrestrial migration for the benefit of the nation.
Now we have just about 5 minutes to go. I quickly want us to look at the story. Nana Akufo-Addo has given an indication that he will challenge the adverse findings purportedly made against him by the Judgment Debt Commission headed by newly appointed Supreme Court Judge Justice Yao Appeal. According to Nana Asante Bedieto, counsel for the NPP stalwart, they had written to the presidency to get a certified copy of Justice Appeal's leaked report in order to seek redress in court without delay. I've had a number of accusations against this government. One of them that stands out is a smear campaign against Nana Akufo-Addo. You think this is what it really is?
Yes, I think so. And I don't want even to believe that it's because of that Justice Appeal has been rewarded for doing that damage to Nana Addo unfairly. One, Nana Addo...
That would be an unfortunate conclusion, wouldn't it?
That's what I'm saying. That
you're shut up to think.
Yes, but if that is true, it's quite unfortunate. You know, Nana Addo made all indications that he was prepared to appear before the Sue Commission, if need be. He was not invited. Natural justice requires that even if you should accuse me, you should give me a hearing.
A fair one.
A fair one. He was not given any hearing. All that we hear that a leaked report is indicating or indicting Nana Addo. And you see, they should rather even praise Nana Addo, assuming it's true. When NPP took over, we were going to pay Societe Generale close to 47 million US dollars. Nana Addo was able to negotiate this figure down because of this drayship issue to 19.5. Now they are claiming that Tatu negotiated to get some 14 million, which are words from Tatu. As we speak, there's no documentary proof even on that. But still, they write it in the report, leak it out, just to tarnish the hard-won reputation of Nana Addo. You see, they are trying to do smear campaign against Nana Addo, and it's not working. Nana Addo is incorruptible. By all standards, they've realized that man is incorruptible, so they are trying to find any means to smear him. It won't work.
Okay.
So if Justice Apau wanted to do a fair and good job to help this country, he should have invited Nana Akufo-Addo, listen to Nana Akufo-Addo's position before even putting it on paper. Now, the actual document is not out. We are hearing it's a leaked report. Definitely, when the report comes out, Nana Addo will have the opportunity to defend himself.
Okay.
At the appropriate quarters.
All right. Just 30 seconds.
But I don't want to believe, I want to say again, I don't want to believe that Justice Apau had been rewarded for this year.
That is an extremely unfortunate and gratuitous attack.
Yeah, because even the GDA is commenting about his appointment.
Not because
they are even commenting on his appointment.
But it doesn't make
he's not supposed to be there.
It does not lie in the mouth
he's not supposed to be there.
To determine
so why should he be there?
Otherwise of the judges.
No, they are saying he's not even supposed to be there. Why is he there?
I'm saying that it does not lie in the mouth of the GBA to determine who goes to the Supreme Court or not. The constitutional provisions on the selection of Supreme Court judges is clear. That case is in court, so I don't want to broach it. You see, the MPP perhaps believe that they are doing a preemptive strike by portraying Nana Addo as a victim. First of all, how is he a victim? Nana Addo's non-performance as a sector minister is well documented. We don't need this report to confirm that fact, that he was incompetent in many assignments that he was given. He
was not given a fair hearing.
Nanaba, listen.
The case here.
Senior officials of the Kufuor administration appeared before the Judgment Desk Commission. You see, the MPP is jumping the gun. They have not listened to the testimony of Mr. Kandapaa and K.T. Amod. Otherwise, they will learn that the facts as have come out were given by these two gentlemen. They don't know that these gentlemen are on record to have made statements that indict Nana Addo. Nana Addo, as Attorney General, had a duty once he pulled out Bindman and partners who were representing GNPC in court to either put in place adequate legal representation in court or inform the court of an out-of-court settlement. He didn't do any of these two. So there was default judgment against GNPC. At a point, listen. No. That 14 million was a figure that Societe Generale sent somebody to come and discuss with the Kufuor administration, which they rejected.
The only concern really is that Nana Addo was not invited, even though he had indicated that he was available.
Madam Hanatete, Mr. Kumbo, Alfred Woyome, Betty Modudrisu have all been mentioned in this judgment desk report. They were not invited to the commission. So Nana Addo cannot be portrayed as a victim. Okay. As though he has been singled out for some wrong treatment. So please, let the MPP, the MPP should answer. Please let me land. The MPP should answer the substantive cases. Did Nana Addo put in place legal representation for the GNPC after he put them out?
It's 8 o'clock.
Did we get before that?
Okay, 8 o'clock.
So why don't you wait
for
the report to come out?
Why do you leak it?
No, we have not leaked anything. It's not the first time that report.
No, why do you leak it?
When the Jida report leaked,
and at this time,
you milk this for all it was.
Look at the time of the leakage.
What leakage? Nana Addo's incompetence.
That man is incorruptible.
Nana Addo's incompetence is established.
We know the level of corruption in government.
He was the candidate of the MPP, the ruling party, when he was flawed in elections.
So you don't need to do your smear campaign. It won't work.
There's no smear campaign.
Whoa.
The man's incompetence.
At the mention of Nana Addo's name,
the man's incompetence.
Everybody flies out.
Okay. No, at the mention of Nana Addo's name, NDC shivers.
The man who goes to court and writes the president of the strategic attack, we shiver at him.
Okay.
The president of the
Mr. Simon Osei-Mensah is the honourable member of parliament for Bosonkyo constituency. Thank you very much for your time here this morning. And Phyllis Kwachie Fosu, also Deputy Minister of Communications. Thank you very much for your time. I must say that I actually enjoyed you.
Thank you.
I told you.
Yeah, Felix was very right.
He's a highly respected member.
He was right. All right.